Video games, nobody likes video games. I don't like 'em, nobody likes 'em. They say, oh, I like video games. You like video games, but actually nobody likes video games. Video games are bad. Video games suck. Nobody likes them. I don't like them. You don't like them. We're watching the stream. They're gonna watch it on like the VOD later and I'll be like, oh, we heard you talking about like video games and how like nobody likes them. And then it's just gonna be on like tape for like ever unless I just like cut that part off and I'm just like, oh, no, I never actually like said that. Um, and then yeah. And then nobody has to know. Nobody knows. Nobody has to know that I don't like video games and the ad is coming in 5 minutes. Ads, ads. We like ads. Nobody likes ads. Ads suck. Ads suck more than video games. Okay, so we're going to do. Just gonna like pause Dropbox just in case, because Dropbox kind of sucks. And then we're gonna go ahead and make sure the downloads are paused. Gonna make sure that like nothing is there to cause like latency or whatever for all of my 0 viewers. And we're gonna play some Shield Cat. Um, yeah, we're gonna. Look at all these fakers, really, really fake. They are really fake. Not subscribe to me. No, 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 no. Do, 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 do. La, 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 la. I suppose if even if nobody's like here looking at the stream, I can just like watch it later and be like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm watching the VOD and like it looks like ass. Or I can just be like, oh, it actually like doesn't look like ass. It actually looks pretty good. Oh yeah, this music gets me a DMCA. I better talk through it. Secret story for anybody watching the VOD. Yeah, we like played the Shield Cat OST on like I can't remember. I don't think it was Twitch. I think it was like YouTube. That was just like, oh no, that's copyrighted music. You can't have that. And we're just like, no, like we actually just like dead ass made that song. That's our song. Like we don't owe anybody any copyright to that. We just own we made it. No such thing as, oh, you don't own the copyright to that actually, because like, you know what, we do. Look at me sucking at our game. I haven't played it in like months, so I don't remember how this game works. Did you have fun? And the ad is starting in 1 minute. Yeah, look at all these fake people. I don't believe any of these viewers are real. I'm sorry, if you guys are like real, then sure. But I don't think you're actually like real or anything. Sorry. Ad is starting in 20 seconds, so. Yeah, we put way too much work into this game. Bum, 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 bum. Ad ends in 19 seconds, so play then. And I won't play any more than before then, because I won't play for nobody, cause no one's here. Yeehaw, rear. Alright, do this hard Marcus's adventure. Oh, I forgot to set the stream information. I forgot to set the stream information. Now I'm lying to everyone. Yeah, it's a lie, and I'm gonna lie to everyone and say that it's an art stream by Ash, but neither one are true. Hello, Fox. Yeah, we're gonna see like how performant it is when like I actually play the game. Um, yeah, we'll see. Um, yeah, and I know everybody's gotten like an email saying like, "Oh, Ash's stream," and they're gonna like wake up and be like, "Oh, Ash was like streaming art in the middle of the night," and it's gonna be like, "No, that did not actually happen. That was fake. That's fake news." See, what I actually wanted to stream was Sonic Generations, because I figured if I could stream Sonic Generations, I could stream pretty much anything, right? But it was like, oh, you can't run this because you don't have MSCVR 83269.dll. And I was like, you know what? I don't feel like figuring that out right now. So I didn't. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I got MSV. GameMaker doesn't need any of that. So then I was gonna play Sonic Mania, and I was like, you know what? Forget Sonic. I'm just gonna play Shield Cat. I know it works. you gotta let me know if it like looks like ass in any way. I figure I can look at the VOD later, but like also like we could know in the flesh like right now, right here. Why do I have like no cat coins? It's so funny this challenge because it's like you go fast and you look like you're going fast, right? And you're just like, "Oh, I'm going so fast." But actually it's just FOV. Lance is actually going like so slow. It is just the FOV. I think Lance moves between like 1 to 2 like units per frame. In the regular game, he moves like 6 when you're like spinning. So it's just like, yeah, like it's all an optical illusion. Really didn't want him going fast because, like, this collision is just using the regular collision from the regular game, but it's just kind of bullshitted. So it's like it could probably break, and we want to find out like the bad way if it breaks or not. Okay, yeah, I've got streamer I got streamer cringe. Doing poorly. Uh, but you know what? I haven't played this in a while. Like, people probably think like, oh, we're just playing like Shield Cat every day. You know what? I haven't touched Shield Cat in like a million centuries. Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting that it can like stream this because like it was just like it was just like maybe it was just like the encoding. Because like I set like the custom encoding, and I was just like, oh, okay, let's just do this and that and the other, whatever. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, like when we were streaming the other day when Ash was streaming, we had up to like 55% dropped frames, and it was just like, where did they go? OBS so far is saying that we have no drop frames. Like every single frame has gone through. And I'm just like, yeah, every single frame could go through, but it could be at a bit rate of like 1. So. So it's like, oh yeah, you get the frame rates and all that good stuff, but then it looks like that. Yeah, we're not gonna try for 60 though. Like we're not this isn't press our luck. You know that we're big time balling when we hide a minigame. Like this minigame is hidden. It's off the beaten path. You just gotta like know like, oh, I can go down the river. Actually I think there's like a boulder here when okay, never mind, it's not hidden. I'm full of shit, actually. Yeah, we had no idea what kind of dialogue to write for this guy, and like we were just like thinking about like Daddy O. We're like, oh, we should make a guy that says Daddy O, and so like this guy became, welcome to my pad, Daddy O. Sounds cool, my dude. Okay, I'm gonna suck at this. I missed one. It's all over. I'm cringe. Oh, I see John dim something. Do you want to give it another run, Daddy-O? Why do I have a circular gate key? Oh, because this is part of the other map. Okay. Yeah, we actually designed this. Like you go between that area, and then you go into like a little bit of this area before you go into that area, you know? So like when you look at the map, it's like, wait a minute, like, is there like an area here? And then you want to like, because like there's boulders right here and over there, right? So then you're just like, oh, you know, I wanna like go there, and then you like go there. It is so funny. This place called the Abandoned Mines, and we were just like, oh, we're so smart. It's Abandoned Mines, and then like we played Symphony of the Night at Abandoned Mines, and this was like, oh, everybody's gonna think we're copying Symphony of the Night, and then we played like Prototype N. It had the Abandoned Mines, and we were just like, all right, whatever. By the way, I have negative 517 fish scales. That is actually not a bug. That is because I have unlocked train stations and have reset my status on fish scales, which means that it's the amount of fish scales I have minus how many train stations I've unlocked. So, like, the game's not set up to be like, oh, damn, well, you actually put the fish scales back, you know, because it's not like something you could do. So, you know, I have no idea if I can actually do this Marx's adventure because of our weird flag state. Oops. Yeah, another thing that helps the bandwidth too is because like the gameplay is actually in a little window. Like if the entire gameplay was in like the whole window, then yeah, that wouldn't happen. So many people ask us about how we did this bridge, and it's just like I don't know. Genuinely just woke up one day and was just like, okay, we're gonna code a rotating bridge, and then we just like did it. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. Weird flag state. Wait. Oh no! Because the puzzle object isn't it's not set to spawn when Marcus's adventure is happening. The game assumes that you've already like done it, right? So like that wouldn't be a problem. So we gotta do a little cheating. Um or puzzle or port 2 and 3. There we go. Um that should do it. We do a little cheating. And I missed all those crystals. So like my cheating was for nothing because like I just like I completely cheesed. I completely just whiffed. Cheese is like good, right? So I completely like whiffed this. I think whiffed is the bad one. I like cheesed the puzzle being solved and then I whiffed like actually doing it. I gotta learn these gotta learn these gamer vernacular if we're gonna be like streaming games on Twitch and being like, oh, we're such big time gamers. Like, comment, and subscribe, ring the notification bell. I don't even think they have a notification bell on Twitch, actually. By the way, how's the microphone? Because like I got a fan on because it's hot, but we also got like noise suppression, and like the other day people said it was fine. So like I ideally it's still fine, but that's a little secret they don't want you to know. This little confetti. Do you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to get that little confetti to show up on a screen? We have like a special layer just for like, oh, this is stuff that's like attached to the screen that doesn't move with the camera. There's like so many complexities in this game. And like Bloodbound is not going to have like any of that because like, it's simple, it's straightforward. It's just, let's go to the Autumn Grove. Do a little cheating. I'm sure that you two know this, but I'm gonna say it so it's on VOD so like everybody knows it. The only reason the Autumn Grove exists is because we wanted to have a autumn themed area. That's literally it. There's no like lore. It's just like, okay, we want an autumn themed area and that's it. This is also like this puzzle, like we were just like, oh yeah, this is a cool concept to like combine these two puzzle elements, right? We designed this puzzle and then we were just like, you know what? This actually sucks ass to like set up. So like this is the only time it appears. We were actually going to have like the entire area up there. We were going to have more of this. And then we're just like, no, it just sucks. We're not doing that. One thing I notice that like when people play this, they always go like because this is a maze, and they always go and they like do all of the grass. And we've asked like several players, like, why do you do that and not just like go forward? And they're just like, well, it's just fun to like get the grass, and also because like you get treasures and stuff. And it's just like, I guess we set up the game right. Also, we put these little leaves that are flying all over the place, and people were just like, "Oh, I hope you don't put like a bunch of those because it's gonna destroy the compression." And we were just like, "Yeah." Oh, that's what I should stream. Forget streaming. Forget streaming Sonic. I should be streaming Cosmogelica. Like that's what I should be streaming to see about compression. This area right here where you go like here and then you just like do this. This is because like we were talking to Joseph Gribben, the guy who made Grapple Dog, and he kind of remarked that this place like kind of sucked to backtrack through, and we were just like, "Oh, you don't like it?" And he's like, "Well, it's not a problem," and I'm like, "No, it'll take like 5 seconds to fix," and so we just put this area here. So like when you backtrack, you could just like cut through this area and then just go down there. Hello, Willow. But that's not the real Willow. That's like the fake Willow. We're like still figuring that one out. Yeah, and this area didn't exist. Like this whole walkway here, because this is what happened, right? How do I zoom out again? There we go. So like you see how most of this area is like contingent contiguous. That's the one. So like it's all contiguous, right? And you come over here, and it's just kind of like it just kind of like goes over there, right? We got like that path that just kind of goes over there. We realized that all of the maps are just like kind of compressed together, right? So it was really hard to like look at them. And we looked at like games like Hollow Knight and Super Metroid and stuff, and they have like these big elevators and like otherwise just like big hallways. Well, not hallways because you know they're side scrolling, but you know, like big vertical things or whatever to like separate the map segments, and we just didn't have that. So like because you can't extend a room left and up in Game Maker, we can only just like go right and down. So we just kind of like did that, and further areas will be like more spaced out. But you know, we figured out this was a problem like 3 or 4 months before Sage, and it was like, oh, we gotta like fix that because it's kind of cringe. And players have more than one person. We've had more than one people say like, "Oh, I don't like the slime thing. Should get rid of them." And we are just like masochists, and we're just like, you know, you got the flying Medusa heads in Castlevania, and you hate them. But if you didn't have the flying Medusa heads, then you'd just be going up the clock tower, and it'd be like super easy, you know. So like, you know, that wouldn't be fun. So yeah. These arrow guys, they were supposed to have tails, but we got so excited of modeling them because we got like a new modeling process and it was working really well. And we're just like, oh, this is working really well, and completely forgot about the tail, and we just like rendered it out, and then like later on, like a couple days later, it's like, oh. But it's like, you know what? They're kind of in a cloak, so it kind of makes them look like more mysterious. They're supposed to have like tails and like little cat ears, but like that didn't happen. Also, they were supposed to have like an actual animation for like jumping, because right now they just have like a 1 frame jump. We just kind of rotate the sprite, and then it was just like, you know what, looks good enough. So you know, whatever. Let's go to the rainy area, forest path. Let's go to the forest path. This is the compression destroyer because it's raining. You know. Oh yeah, Marcus isn't here yet. I gotta collect my NFTs. We should just do like a developer like commentary thing. We were actually going to do a developer commentary stream already with like we asked Dim like, "Oh, would you like want to help out with this?" And he was like, "Sure." And then like we just never had time. So that just kind of went like so like this will be like the one developer commentary unless like we stream again later. Um so like this door, right? During development, somebody found that if you took the key from over here and you went all the way back through all of these other stages to come over here, you could unlock this gate. And this entire area beyond this screen didn't exist yet because like we were just like whatever, you know, the gate's locked, you can't get into it. And Yeah. So we were just like, oh, well, I guess your reward is just like you can explore an area that doesn't exist yet. Just don't walk out of bounds because the game will crash. Like, don't walk off the bottom of the screen. Um, so yeah, like there is absolutely no speedrun advantage to like coming over this side, but we left it in, and like Marcus, like he wasn't there, right? So what happens is if you come around all the way to this side, because you're supposed to approach this boss battle from the right side, but you can approach it from the left side too, and it'll activate Marcus, and it does all the same things. Like we checked for all that. So sequence breaking for no reason whatsoever. No, I don't want to lose my combo bonus. I'll give some more developer insight in a moment. Lost my combo. Yeah, yeah, I'm number one. Developer commentary on this battle. You just saw Cosmogelica. The object that manages this, when we made Cosmogelica's prototype, we were like, we could just reuse that object. So we just reused the object. And the whole enemy manager, we just brought it into Cosmogelica, and it was just like that became the formation manager. Just like Deadass. That was it. Because the whole idea of the original thing with like waves was like, oh, you defeat these guys, and then those guys come in, and then that guy comes in, and the other guys come in. Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same code. A lot changed since then, but whatever. Hello, hello. You never actually have to save with Willow. You can just rely on autosaves and like save and quit. Um, and if you never set a save point, you just start at Lance's house. We found before the Sage 2022 demo came out, because you could do Marcus's Venture, right? We found that if you like exited an area that did a full stage load like that, and then you went back in, the crystals would regenerate. So you could just go back and forth through this doorway and just like win the challenge. It's like a 3 minute challenge. You could beat it in like a minute. It's a good thing we found that. Nobody else found that. We found it, and yeah, you weren't allowed to do that. Arguably one of our more hidden secrets here. Oops. You didn't see that. That wasn't canon. That didn't count. I'm gonna take that out of the VOD later. Arguably one of our less hidden secrets over there. The limitation of the lighting system. If I could hide that over there, I would, but I cannot hide it. Like, with our current lighting system, we can't hide it, so. Among Us. Stop talking about Among Us. What the? Oh, okay. I thought I saw a visual bug, but I just saw it wrong. Now for developer tidbit number like 12. Well, 13 and then 12. The sound when you pick up the bombs, that was actually just supposed to be a placeholder, but we found it so funny that it just stayed. Now, here's the second tidbit. This path is actually going to go somewhere later on. There are several paths in this game that like don't go anywhere, and they don't look like they're ever going to go anywhere, but they're actually designed to go somewhere. Um, it's just like, those areas don't exist right now. So, you can't go to an area that doesn't exist. Alright, vote now. Cheese or whiff? I did it. I did it. That's one of our harder. Um, People message us about like challenging parts of the games. Usually it's like this part, like that gem challenge is one of the ones that people are just like, oh, that sucks. And we're just like, yeah. Yeah, it was designed for that. Oh, add jump scare, I guess. Well, I guess I can stretch. Unless, of course, you guys have like Twitch Prime or Premium or whatever it's called. Um, oh, Dim must have gone to bed. I'm not surprised. It's like late there. I won't dox him, but it is very late there. I especially won't dox him when like this is gonna be a VOD later, and everybody will be like, "Oh, now I know where your friend lives." No, only I know where he lives. Well, other people know where he lives, but yeah, you know what I mean. He probably figures like, "Oh, I'll just watch the VOD later and see." There we go. The ad should be over now. Probably showed you some like. Well, I'm not gonna dox you either. I'll just say it showed you a regional dialect. Everybody's gonna think that Fox lives in New York. Yeah, they just don't let you know when the ads are coming like half the time, and they're supposed to. It's supposed to be like every time it's like, oh, the ad is coming, but they like don't tell you that. Um, Secret thing. Um, if you pull out the music player, you change the song to whatever you want. Oh, whoops. That actually like press play. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, you didn't miss out on anything. I just paused the game and made some snarky remarks. But yeah, yeah, with the debug overlay, you can just change the you just change the song. It's just like whatever. And now this place has a completely different vibe. A few people have reported like because like if you go to the next screen, you come back, these are still like activated, and a few people have said like, oh, it's a bug, and it's like, no, actually, that's like a feature like for speed runs, like as long as you're going through the stage and you haven't hit like a hard load, like a full stage load, then then it'll still be there. By the way, you do not want to know what I did to make that work. This whole like in between transition thing. You don't want to know. So that it's one of those really cursed things that like if I actually like talked about it, um, it'd be cursed. Oh yeah, I can't do this from this side because you never intended to come this way. Yeah, my flag state is like really weird. Anyways, see what OBS does when I actually let's not see what OBS does when I do that. Um, put on put on Cosmogelica real quick. Where's Cosmogelica? Ah, there it is. No, wait a minute. That's the old crusty one, I think. We need the good one. Let's see. Studio mode. Studio mode. Genuinely just found out about like how studio mode is supposed to be used and everything just from watching a cathode ray dude video. And just talking about like a broadcast machine or whatever for like broadcasting. And it was just like, oh, that's what OBS is on about. Alright, so wait a minute, this isn't the newest Cosmogelica either. This is the wrong Cosmogelica. Hold on. Got the wrong Cosmogelica. Where is the right Cosmogelica? I'm just like looking at it and I'm just like, yeah, that's the wrong Cosmogelica. Yeah, it's really good for like looking and being like, oh, what is the next scene going to look like? You know, I didn't know that. Um, where is the final Cosmogelica build? Like the last one. I think that's the one. Yeah, if you want to look at Cosmogelica's store page, go look at it because we sent to we sent to Valve today to like get it taken off because you know. Is this the right Cosmogelica? Yeah, this is the right Cosmogelica. This is the right Cosmogelica. Now, that's not to say like we won't work on it again. Ash has a ton of ideas, but it's just like we'll see. This scrolling thing, it used to have like a little bit of like a Star Wars thing, where it was like at the camera and it kind of like zoomed away as it went away. And when we did a bunch of adjustments to like everything, it broke. And I spent a whole day. I feel confident despite the plurality saying like I spent the whole day because like generally when it's weird ass coding things, um Like that generally falls on me. But yeah, it broke and I couldn't figure it out. So it was just like whatever, you know. But yeah, in low res, it just fell back to that, and then yeah, I just fell back to that. Yeah, you get one of those WIP stages. So we have an idea of like making a game that's more like Pocky and Rocky, but I don't think that's the right kind of idea either. Because like we've done so much work, and none of us is excited about like redoing everything, you know? Because like all these graphics are good. We don't want to throw them away. Um, but also we could just use these graphics for like, because like if we made like an area, right, that was just like, let me try to compose my thoughts here. If we made an area that was just like everything was the same size as this already, you know, but like instead of like being forward, it was more like Shield Cat, where it's just like room progression. We could reuse a lot of this art and whatever. Um, I don't know. We have a lot of ideas, but we're not sure about any of them. And none of us wants to like do something unless we're just certain about it, you know? Because we don't want to spend a bunch more time on the game, and then it's just like, oh, it still is not coming together, you know. Maybe one day. Yeah, there's definitely something good in Cosmogelica. There's something in here. We just don't know what it is. Adam Saltzman of Finji, like talking to him in Finji, and he was saying like one time he worked on a small little game and couldn't figure out like the mechanical problems with it, and he like put it out there, and somebody was just like, "Oh, you should just do this and that," and it fixed like everything. And that's why we put the final gel build out there, and like we're probably gonna leave the itch page up for like people to like look at. And maybe one day somebody will have an idea, and we just look at that and go, "That's so obvious. Why didn't we think of that? This fight's almost over." You did it. But yeah, like it doesn't show the gems you got at the end because we don't actually track it. It's a lie. You just pick them up and the game goes, "Oh, okay." And that's it. That's all you get. But yeah, we just want to like make sure that we got something solid in mind. We'll do like a little prototype and whatever before we like actually go for it. Probably just like make a new project and end up like not scrapping this one, but like when we recoded Shieldcat, we made a new project and we just kind of like imported stuff. We just like copy edited. So we'll probably just do that, if we ever get back to it. But the other thing is like not every game is meant to come to fruition. Just because you make a game doesn't mean that it's going to become real. Something that Masahiro Sakurai said that any game that comes to market is just like a miracle, even if it's like the shittiest game ever. He didn't say that, but that's what he meant. Even if it's like the shittiest game ever, it came out. Oh, that's what I get for looking away and looking at chat. But the game was very generous and they gave me a bunch of health, so, you know. Yeah, before Cosmogenic Sage 2023 demo, somebody found that because the game is designed to give you less one-ups like the further it goes on because it just kind of wants you to fuck off after a certain point, you know. Um and they found out that it actually was inverted, so it actually gave you more one-ups as the game went on. So like they ended up playing for like 200 phases or something, and it was just like whatever, you know. The Pink Canyon, which is purple. Yeah, I'll be definitely interested to see the VOD of this later because like especially with Cosmogelica, there's so many like little things that are just like everywhere, and you know, they're just like kind of there, you know. I think the other thing that really like dissuaded us from working on like because obviously we don't really want to like we're making a shmup, but we don't really know about shmups, and honestly, we don't really want to make a shmup, you know. Um, and there's somebody in Discord, right? Who's also working on a shmup, and I remember one day they posted like a work in progress video of their shmup, and we were just like looking at the bullet patterns that they had programmed and everything, and we were just like, man, Cosmogelica just does not have that, you know. And you know, we read about like shmups and like the bottom tier shmups are the ones that just like they have guys firing in a circle, and like we're just thinking about all the guys we have that are firing in a circle, and it's just like, oh, oh, Cosmogelic is actually bad. In our one boss. Yeah, see, this was supposed to be a little side project, you know. You're just like, oh, just make a little game and put it out there and whatever. I think we've learned a lot about scope creep since then. And also, like, not putting all your eggs into the game before you figure out if you've actually made a nest or if you just have a few twigs. Like, we're a lot more confident with Bloodbun that that game. By the way, anybody watching the VOD or any other fake guys in the stream, that's how you say it. It's Blubun. It's not Blowbun. It's not Blob Bon or Blaboon or whatever. It's Blabun, like Blob Bun, but you get rid of one of the B's. That's the canon way of saying it, and if you say it any other way, you're wrong. I mean, you could say it that way anyway, just know that you are wrong. And now it's going to be on VOD, so everybody in the entire world can know. Until YouTube gives us a DMC and takes the video down because we played Marcus's adventure music and somebody tries to claim it as their own, even though it's not, it's ours. But but yeah. So we have a lot more confidence in Bloodbun. Yeah, let me stream some Bloodbun real quick. Yeah, ZOMG, puzzle spoilers. Like, comment, and subscribe to the puzzles. Let's finish setting up. If this time still works for you, select OK to get set up. No, I'm not setting up Windows. It can be full of cringe. I don't care. Um, because Windows is cringe, you know. Microsoft's like, oh, you gotta set up Windows. You gotta have all of our, whatever you have in Windows. You gotta have OneDrive and two drive, all the drives, every drive. Um, that's right. Blubbun doesn't have any volume controls yet, but it also doesn't have that many sound effects. So, you know, yeah, I gotta turn that down a little bit. Let's see, volume mixer, not that one. Blubbun, there we go. People be doing this in like the absolute minimum time, and they'll just be like cutting every corner, and they'll just be like doing it like perfectly, and it's like I don't know how you do that, like how. It's like we made the game, we gotta be playing like that, and these people are just like, oh yeah, let me just like do it real quick, and then they just do it, and then they win, and it's just like, okay, whatever. Even this one with all its twists and turns, and people were just like, oh yeah, I got that under control, and it's just like, okay, all right. Now these are not puzzle spoilers because these were in first slice, or first, yeah, first course. That's what we called it officially, but then we keep calling it first slice, like whatever. Um, so these are not puzzle spoilers, even though it is a spoiler. How to solve them. This is how you solve the puzzles. If you don't want to see that, unlike, uncomment, unsubscribe, unring the notification bell. Um, when you ring the notification bell, it makes a little sound. You got to put that sound back. Let me see if I remember how to like cheese this puzzle. I think I messed up. Oh wait, I didn't mess up. Anybody watching the VOD, and for you, Fox, this stage is a Doom 2 reference. So we were playing like Doom at the time, and the stage downtown has that big arrow on the floor. Yeah, now everybody in the VOD knows too. The developer's commentary. Oh, this is a spoiler puzzle. This one's a new one. Um, oh, whoops. So if you're sensitive to spoilers, don't look. If you're watching the VOD, skip to timestamp never, because like I'm streaming this some more and then I'm going to sleep. So actually probably just like close the video now. Just one of those video names, those video games where it's just like, oh yeah, now you can stop watching the video. Like that one H Bomber Guy video where like the first half was just like regular, and he was just like, this is where regular people stop, and then like after that he's like, okay, if you're still watching, let's just get let's get serious. This is a real gamer puzzle. It's for gamers only. If you're a gamer, you can do this puzzle. If you're not a gamer, you can't do it. By the way, it going back to the stage select screen is actually a technically a bug. It's a consequence of it going to load stage 13 and going, oh, there's no stage 13. I am going to put you back on the menu. Um, so it's like a bug of convenience. Like it's technically a bug because like we don't have an actual handler for it, But because the bug does what we want the handler to do, the bug just becomes the handler. Yeah, and these are all new. These are all new. The background, the interpolation between the white and the blue and everything, we've actually fixed that in the newest build, but that's like in Game Maker, and we haven't like exported it, so you get the cringe anti-aliasing. You don't get the based anti-aliasing. What we did not fix is the background not taking up the whole page in some of the backgrounds. I don't know why. You want to know how I'm loading these backgrounds, but it's the same way that I'm loading the backgrounds in the Shield Cat in between stages. It's the same way, and it's just as cursed. So, oops. I'm just gonna stream the whole game. Um, you know, the answers to all of the puzzles, except like really slowly. So ideally, people will watch this VOD and be like, "Oh, you know what? I can do the puzzle better than that. I can do it better than the developer." And then they'll like play the game, and then they'll like do it better than us, and they'll be like, "Oh, we are so smart," but actually, you've just given us like $5 or $10 or $3 or however much we're gonna charge for this, unless you pirate it. If you pirate the game, you're not allowed to solve puzzles. You got to put the puzzles back. Nah, if people pirate the game, that's fine, whatever. But only if you have no money. If you're a broke ass bitch, listen. I'm gonna say this on the stream, so like it's on the VOD and everybody knows, right? If you're a broke ass bitch, you can pirate the game. I don't care. But only if you're a broke ass bitch. If you got like money in the bank, right? And like it's no concern to you, like you can go to Starbucks and you can get like the crappy triple fat macaroni or frappuccino or whatever it is, and like you could just go there and get that, and it's like no big deal. You cannot pirate our games. Like you don't need to. You're not a broke ass bitch. You are a rich ass bitch, and you cannot pirate it. But if you're broke, like you be going to like McDonald's and you be getting that little like cheap $1 coffee. Are you like listening right now and you're just like, oh, McDonald's coffee? Like, oh, you must be fucking bourgeoisie, you know? Okay, yeah, you can pirate the game. You're fine. If you think McDonald's coffee is like expensive, like we do because we're broke, you can pirate the game. That's fine. This is the ground rules for Bloodborne and the other games. Be like that one website that said they had the full game of Shield Cat like cracked, and they say like, "Oh, we have the full game." It's like, damn, how'd you have the full game? We don't even have the full game. We're the ones making it. Yeah, let us know if the full game's like cringe or not, so we know if we can make the rest of it or not. Yeah, the hard thing about making a puzzle game is when you know the solution because you made it, and plurality only gets you so far on that. Um, this is like the easiest puzzle. There's no way to fail. There is actually a way to fail. If you go forward and then back and then forward again, oh, you actually still can't fail. Okay, I'm gonna lose this puzzle. There. No. There we go. That's how you fail. That's how you fail the puzzle. This one's called Piston Power. It's in the shape of a P. P's for piston, P's for puzzle, P's for power. The P is for blah bun if you spell it really incorrectly. P is stored in the power. Oh, I forgot we made more coin lock stages. I forgot these puzzles. When did we make these? Maybe plurality will take us far, because I didn't make these. Did I make these? Did Ash make them? Kind of feel like Ash made them. The fuck is this? What is this? Okay. So go there. I think I remember the solution to this puzzle, actually. I messed up. Me just casually seeing the appeal of Blah Bun because I completely forgot that these puzzles existed. Because we're like, I think these are the ones before. Oh no, the ads. Well, I am not telling anybody on the VOD because Fox is here like now and you guys are here like later. And I appreciate you if you're watching this VOD like later. But, like, you're appreciated. But, I hope you understand. But, just between us, when, like, it's just you and me on this VOD moment, right? And just between us, um, you know what? I was gonna say something juicy. I was gonna say like, oh, here's this juicy thing that's just between us that you can like see because it's only us. But actually I can't think of anything. So yeah. Yeah, I've got nothing for you. I'm sorry. Skip to in 27 seconds if you want to like see the rest of these dream. However that works. I don't know anything about VODs. We just kind of like post them and then we just like put them and then that's it and we go whatever. Yeah, yeah, the secret between us and our secret's over because time's over now. All right, the ad is over. I was saying a secret thing to like the people who are watching the VODs. Actually, I'm joking. I was starting to say something and I realized I had nothing to say to the people watching the VOD. Anyway, yeah, I think these puzzles we made like right before we stopped working on the game for a little bit because we've had other stuff to do. Oh, that's not secret at all. Ash is very stinky. But yeah, we haven't worked on the game for a little bit. So gonna make these puzzles and then just like not play the game. So just completely forgot about them. Um, uh-oh. Therefore, I completely forgot like wait, 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 wait. I won the puzzle. I won the puzzle. Now I can see some impossible. Look at this one. Look at this one. We made this stage specifically to test the victory animation because we want to do like a whole stage just to figure out like, oh, the victory animation doesn't work. So yeah. I made this one to test out the GIF loading scheme. So like this stage takes a little bit to load. So it's really good for performance testing. By the way, everybody on the VOD, now you have it on tape that I say GIF because I tell you what, I wrote the GIF decoder that just loaded this stage. So when you can write a GIF decoder and encoder, you can say GIF however you want. I could say it like people say like if it's GIF or GIF, I could say it YIF if I want to. Like the G can just be like a Y sound. Um, the multi-screen test, which doesn't work right now. The very first like test level layout that we keep just like this is like kind of like it was the scratch space for a while for like new puzzle elements, but now that's become like this level. Um, this level is still like in the arrangement that we did for that one post, where it was just like, you need the puzzle elements, they are spinning, look at them, wow. And everybody's like, wow, it's so cool. The conveyor belts, the way we did them is really cheap. It just sets your movement speed to be like really fast. That's it. So like there is no fundamental difference between moving normally and moving on a conveyor belt. It's just that the game says, okay, instead of the player input, we are now just going to move forward one step, and also we're going to do it this quickly. And like, that's it. The special elemental powers that like aren't really used in any puzzles yet because those are for later. They're for later. You don't get to see them right now. That is going in the trash. This is just to test the backgrounds, but this background's cringe because it's an older build, so don't look at it. And what did you think was going to be in the all puzzle elements stage? If you guessed that it was going to be all the puzzle elements, you win a prize. You've got the cracked floors, which don't work. And then you got the lava floor, which does work. And somebody was like, "Oh, I like that sound when you like lose." And I was like, "That's Bloodbun's death scream. You like it when Bloodbun lets out a blood curdling scream of death? Is that what you like?" But anyway, you can go on those tiles when you're watering. And apparently they have depth sorting when they're not supposed to. That is actually a bug. I need to make a note of that. Um, Lava floors have depth sorting after touching with water. Not me finding out a bug in the middle of a stream. Yeah, so the elemental puzzles, like you got the water floor and then you got the ice floor, and you can go over the lava floor when you have that, and you can also do it when you have the fire power, but like that's not as interesting. If you go over it when you have the lightning power, you still die. Like that one doesn't count. When you have the lava power though, you can go over those ice blocks and just melt them. And then we're gonna have special effects for like which power up you have, and also like a little icon. So like if you've got like color blindness or whatever, then or if you just like plain out forgot like, oh, what power did I just get? Like what does Gatorade green mean? Then like a bunch of like lightning will be coming off of you, and it'll just be like, oh, okay, I'm electric. All right, like whatever. And those are gonna have collection animations, but they don't have them right now. So you just touch them and they just kind of despawn because this is the easiest way to do it. And then we got the puzzle editor, which is not glitchy. I thought it was still glitchy. It's not glitchy. We've got that mode, which doesn't seem to work right now. So I guess it is glitchy. So the reason why the puzzle is, I don't know if you can see that on like stream because it's only 30 FPS, but the puzzle flickers for like a frame, whenever I lay down a new puzzle element. And the reason is because we just regenerate the entire stage every time you update it because it's easier. I was just gonna code like, okay, update part of the stage, and I was just like, why? We're the only one using this puzzle editor right now. If we make it where other people can like use it, then it's just like whatever, then we'll make it nice. But for right now, it takes like it takes log. Oh, the log doesn't say how long it takes. It's supposed to. Oh yeah, it doesn't say it when the puzzle editor's open. That's why. Um, but yeah, basically it takes less than a frame. Anyway, so there's no point in coding like something efficiently. Oh, you can see it on the you see it on this. If I open this graph, our little digital foundry graph right here, you can see it. It's like the tiniest blip. It barely registers. So it's just like whatever, you know. We don't gotta make it more efficient if it's already efficient. You know. Then we can put the puzzle editor away, or we can not put the puzzle editor away. Okay, and then we can put the puzzle editor away, and it's just a normal puzzle again, like nothing happened. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all I have right now. Um, According to OBS, not a single frame was dropped, but that doesn't mean that the frames were not cringe. Um, I'll be watching that VOD later to see. But anyway, yeah, that's about all I have. It is past midnight, so I am going to go to sleep. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, all of these people who are probably fake, who are also probably not watching actually. Like, comment, subscribe, ring notification bell, subscribe to the Patreon, shout out to. Okay, I was gonna like jokingly shout out one of the patrons, but like Kalix Steer is like a big time patron, so like actual genuine shout out to Kalix Steer, who's like the real MVP actually. And we posted one time about like really appreciate like the patrons and whatever, and like you know we don't want to like we don't want to like go up to like every patron and say like thank you like individually because like all the time because it's kind of awkward. Just like once in a while, I'll just like message somebody being like thank you whatever, and like you know we don't want to have like any obligation for like patrons to do the same. Like you know it is really appreciated and like whatever. And it's just like, you know, and then they were just like, yeah, that's really cool because, you know, it, it's like that it's like that one artist or musician or whatever, and they just had like, he had like a rich person like sponsoring him, and the agreement was like they would never meet. Like they would never meet, they would never go to the same places or anything. That was the agreement. And only like twice did they accidentally meet at a place and like later on he sent like an apology like oh I'm sorry that like we ran into each other at that place and it was just like oh, okay it's okay whatever you know and like yeah, I kind of feel like some suspiciously wealthy furries are just like that. They just like give you money to do whatever, but also like we're not just like trying to do whatever, you know, we're trying to like do stuff. you know. That'd be kind of scummy to be like, oh yeah, I'm just taking your money and then we're gonna go just, wipe our ass with it or whatever. You know. I, I'm not accusing anybody. I'm not saying anything. This isn't a drama call out VOD. This is gonna be on VOD. So when somebody like clip this part and be like, oh, the Jess Collective is like calling out Zeus person. No, we're not calling anybody out. We're not gonna start a drama YouTube. Drama Twitch, drama um X, formerly Twitter. Not going to do all that drama stuff. See, this is why we don't have the mic when we're drawing, because it'll just be like, when you're drawing, you just gotta like focus your mind on like all these shapes and like colors and all that stuff. And you're just sitting there talking about like drama YouTube. You're not gonna draw a picture, and then you gotta draw the picture, and it's gonna look like ass. And like when we're streaming, that is gonna be like that's something somebody paid for. So wouldn't give that our like undivided attention, I don't want to be sitting there talking about like, Final Fantasy 15 and be like, "Oh, guys, let's talk about Final Fantasy 15." And everybody's talking about Final Fantasy 15, you get the drawing and like Noctis is in there for some reason. And it's like, why is he there? You don't want a Final Fantasy 15 jump scare in your commission. That's my personal feeling on the matter. I mean, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to sleep. Good night. Goodbye. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We gotta make little VTuber avatars. And we gotta make sure we gotta like figure out how to make them work. But actually, because Game Maker can like spy on you and listen to the microphone, may be able to just make the overlay handle that for us so we don't have to do any weird shit in OBS, which would be amazing, but never mess with the microphone functions in GameMaker because we are not spies. So yeah, we're not spying on you. Shield Cat's not listening to you, even though we kind of joked around once, talking about like, oh, get voice recognition, and like if the player's getting mad, if the player's getting mad and just like yelling, we just like suddenly make the puzzle harder somehow. Like just like make the enemies like a little stronger or something, just to fuck with the player, and like they're getting all mad and everything. It's like, what? Oh, you're mad. Let me just. All right, I'm really goodbye.